Hey queens, it's Tiara. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how I install my full lace wig. So the first thing I do is use Shine and Jam styling gel, and I cornrow my hair going backwards. Okay, so now I'm just taking my mixture of oils and I'm just oiling my scalp. Okay, so now you just see me using the yellow gorilla snot and a brush to brush in my edges because we don't want them to get caught up on the glue. After I brush them in, I just use one hand to pull them backwards, and I use the blow dryer to make sure they're laid. Okay, so now I'm just using my tan wig cap, and I'm just gonna put it on and make sure it covers my ears. Okay, so now that I have the wig cap on, I'm gonna just take my scissors and I'm gonna cut a hole so that I could fit my ear through, because this will help when you're trying to lay down the sides of the wig cap. Okay, so now I'm just going to use the yellow Got To Be Glued spray, and I'm going to spray it along my hairline, actually a little bit past my hairline because you don't want your hair to get caught in the glue. So once you've sprayed the Got To Be glue, you're just going to take your blow dryer on warm heat and you're just going to make sure it's completely dry. Okay, so now you just see me sewing the wig cap to my braids. This is completely optional. I only do this when I'm keeping on my wig for a long time, but if you're not keeping it on for long, you don't necessarily have to do this step. Okay, so now that I've sewed down the back of the wig cap, I'm just going back in with the free spray and I'm getting the sides of the wig cap. We have to make sure that we get that laid because it will start to lift up and then the whole thing will look weird. So the wig I'm using in this video is from Icy Hair. I'll put it down in the description box. It's a wet and wavy 18-inch Peruvian wig, full lace wig. And I've used it before, so now I'm just gonna put it on top of the wig cap. Okay, so now that I have the wig on my head, I'm just brushing the hairs backwards, and then I'm gonna take an eyebrow pencil and just draw the line to where I want to cut my wig cap. Okay, so the way you cut your wig cap is very crucial to how the hairstyle will look after you're finished. So I usually take my scissors and I cut it going upwards, and then I go in with an eyebrow razor and I cut it in a zigzag motion so that it doesn't look too forced. Okay, so now as you can see, like the edges of the wig cap are kind of lifting up. You don't want to spray the spray directly onto your wig cap. I usually spray it on my finger and I just do like a patting motion and I hold the blow dryer on it until it's laid. Okay, so now I'm just putting the wig over the wig cap just to see if the placements are right. And I like how this looks so far. So then now I'm just going to go in with some foundation. So the foundation I usually use is the Maybelline Superstay Multi-Use Foundation Stick. And it's in the shade Mocha. I usually just take it and dab it onto my beauty blender. And I just put it until it has like a skin tone color. So now you just see me going back in with my scissors just to clean up the pieces that were lifting. If it starts to lift more, you could just spray more of the yellow got to be glued on your finger and just do the same technique that we did earlier. So as you can see, I've put the wig back on. I like how the wig cap is looking underneath, so now we're about to get ready to glue it. Okay, so now I'm just going in with my rubbing alcohol and a napkin, and I'm just gonna wipe around the wig cap just to make sure that when I put the glue, it sticks. I would recommend clipping away the hair at first because it makes it a little easier when you're gluing it. You don't want the hair to get stuck in the glue. So the glue I'm using in this video is Ghost Bond glue. They sell it for about like I think $20, but it's honestly really worth it because you don't need a lot. Okay, so I usually glue the wig down in sections. I find this a lot easier, especially when you have a new wig. It makes it a lot easier to like not miss any spots. So now you just see me making little dots going along the middle of the wig cap, and then I'm gonna take the tail comb and then I'm gonna brush it going upwards. So you want to make sure you're mixing in the glue as much as you can because you don't want like a white residue underneath your wig. That is not cute. But yeah, I usually do 2 coats of the glue and I make each one dry until it's like mostly clear. So now I'm just doing the second coat and I'm just going to make sure it's clear before I put down the wig. So for this part, you want to make sure it's mostly centered, and then you're going to literally just put the wig on top of where you put the glue. So when you're placing the wig, try not to press too hard with your finger because it would come out white. So I usually just lightly press it, and then I take my tail comb and brush the hair backwards while I'm blow drying it. So now that the middle is dry, I'm just going to repeat those same steps to each side. This part is pretty much the same thing, so I'm not going to talk too much, I'll just let you guys watch. Okay, so now that I'm finished gluing it down, I'm gonna go back in with the alcohol and a napkin, and I'm gonna wipe off any glue residue. So I know it's looking kind of crazy right now, but don't worry, when we style it, it's gonna be mad cute. Okay, so now I'm just taking my headscarf and I'm gonna just tie it around the circumference while I go to paint my nails, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. It's been like 20 minutes. You don't have to keep it on for that long, but I just did it until I was finished. So now I'm taking off the headscarf and we're gonna style it. So first I'm just brushing it out so that's a lot easier when I want to part it. I'm gonna do a middle part for this style. Okay, so I usually go in with the Nairobi mousse and I just put it so that it could help lay down the top of my hair. Wait, but hold up, do y'all see that? Scalpy Anna, lace weird. Okay, so now I'm going in with the Got To Be glue spray again, and I'm spraying the top of my hair so that when I put my hot comb on it, it really lays it flat. Okay, so for my edges, I'm going to be using the Style Factor Edge Booster and just a regular edge brush. When I do the edges, I try to make sure I take like as small pieces as possible because you don't want it to look too obvious, but you also want to let them know that you got your edges done. So I'm kind of just brushing and swooping it as I go along, and I'm using one finger to like hold it in place. I don't really know if I'm explaining that properly, but like if you want a detailed video of how I do my edges, just let me know in the comments. Okay, so now that the edges are done, we're gonna put some definition into our curls. So the first thing I usually do is just go in with water in my spray bottle, and I just make sure I spray it as much as I think is necessary. So here you just see me using my Denman brush to brush through the curls, and this also helps define it a lot more than like if you're using a comb. So here I'm going in with the Nairobi mousse and I'm just brushing it through. Okay, so basically this is the final look. Like I'm just gonna keep going back in with the water and the mousse until I like it, but you could leave it here, but I like when the curls are a lot more defined. So as you can see, this is the definition of lace wear because this wig is melted. period. So I'm super happy with how it turned out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.